Well, good day, baseball fans, and welcome to the last preliminary game of the 2024 Australian Senior League National Championships, coming to you from the Geelong Baseball Centre. At the plate, the Cronulla Black; on the hill, the Wanneroo Giants. In a game with semi-final implications. There is one other game going on. A late start, a late finish. Top of the 7th, it's tied 8 apiece between Melbourne Rangers, Cronulla Blue. We'll keep an eye on that, give you the ramifications. But if you're Cronulla Blue, it's looking good. A win or I think a narrow loss where they don't concede more than 19 runs would see them into the semis. But focus right now is on this one. Lead-off hitter Ryan Nicholas, to be followed by the inside home run hitter Talon Cavill from yesterday. Matthew Traynor batting 3, Jack Fletcher 4, Tom Sheehan 5, Liam Kavanagh 6, Gabriel Tentimus 7, Hamish Kelly 8, and Campbell Tillett batting 9. The starting pitcher will be Tom Williams for Cronulla Black. They come into this one undefeated. A win, and they will have top seed. They'll be playing at 12:15 as Nicholas is struck out. On the hill for Wanneroo, Dylan Bandy is the starting pitcher. More about him in just a sec. The defensive setup for the Giants. Chase Shortland is at left field. Harry Wooden is at centre field. Mitchell Elliott is in right. Blake Thompson third base. Chase Bensman short. Ben Hannon second. Judd McNeil at first. Cooper Barber, great to see Cooper back today, is behind the dish, and Dylan Bandy is delivering. Ben Davis is the DH for Wanneroo. One out and an 0-1 count here on Cavill. Puts it up, it's in the field of play. Bensman says it's mine, and it is. A pop up to shortstop. 2 up, 2 down so far for Cronulla Black. Moment, top of the 7th, and the other diamond, it is the Rangers over Cronulla Blue 10-8. Been unofficially advised that Cronulla Blue advance if they beat the Rangers or lose by 12 runs or less without allowing more than 16 runs. So they've got a bit of a buffer with that, because that game is not concluded. Melbourne Rangers, despite the win, if they win, cannot win the tiebreaker. This one is to short, and beautifully picked up on the half volley by Judd McNeil for the Giants. Solid defensive start, 3 up, 3 down. Stay with this for a moment. So top of the 7th, 2 out, Rangers leading 10-8. The only way the Gold Coast Cougars can advance to the semi-finals and knock out Cronulla Blue now, if the Melbourne Rangers beat Cronulla Blue, which is happening. The Rangers allow 5 runs, which they have, and Cronulla Blue allow 18. At the moment, they've allowed 10. So that's the word from down the line on the Pool B scenarios. This is the final Pool A game. And Cronulla Black are in the box seat. They're 3-0 with just 5 runs allowed this tournament. Adelaide are 3-1 with 29 runs allowed. Wanneroo are 2-1 with 10 runs allowed. So the general way to word it is that if Wanneroo win and the game is low to high scoring, Wanneroo and Cronulla will go through to the semis. If Wanneroo win and the scoreline is outrageously high, Cronulla could be in trouble and Armada a chance. If Cronulla win, they and the Adelaide Armada are through, and the Giants miss out on the semis. So that's pretty much the ramifications of it. Thanks to Eric Bonner, who's able to work these out somewhat of a calm environment rather than the chaos of a live broadcast. And we are halfway through the 7th in a scheduled 7-inning game. The Rangers have a 10-8 lead. Cronulla Blue, they score 3 runs, will walk it off and need no tiebreaker to play in the semis. But even if Cronulla Blue were to lose by 2 and force a 3-way tie between them, the Gold Coast and the Rangers, they are in the box seat for that second semi-final berth from the pool with the Eastern Phantoms. So the Wanneroo Giants will be led off by Cooper Barber, who was crook on day 1, back today. To be followed by Chase Bensman and Blake Thompson. Tom Williams is the starting pitcher for Cronulla. Cooper unloads with a big hit. It's good to see Cooper back. Just looking for his partner in crime, Quinn Fatai. Not at this tournament. They were the linchpins of what Wanneroo have achieved at intermediate and junior league level in recent years. You're looking at a player who's part of the 2022 intermediate league champions in Mildura and the 2023 junior league champions. That was played at Glenelg. Around this time last year. 1-1 count with none out, no one on. Bottom of the first, no score. Barber pops up. Campbell Tillett goes back. And two-handed effort, but that is an out. Great photo here of the concentration and just landed on the edge of the glove. The hand there to secure it in the mitt. 1 away. And that a Chase Bensman. He hits the first pitch straight through Cavill. Didn't cop the best bounce. And there's a Giant on first base. 1 out, 1 on. Having a look at the replay here, there's your hit. And the bounce. Hit that or Cavill, I don't think got a glove on it. Just checking our scorer's verdict. A hit, thank you. Bensman with a single. Give you some stats on these players once that other game on Diamond 4 is finished. That's taking up my tablet capacity for the moment. Cronulla Blue trailing by 2 have got 2 on with none out at the bottom of the 7th. I'm sure they'd like to make the semis by winning both their games today, rather than rely on a tiebreaker. They're in the box seat. So if Cronulla Black win here and Cronulla Blue either lose narrowly at the current score or win, it will be an all Cronulla affair by my reckoning. The first of 2 semi-finals tomorrow. O2 count with 1 out on Blake Thompson, with Bensman at first to get around. In the dirt, score goes 2, 1 and 2. Both of them score the count. No score, this one is yet. Sun slowly setting here in Geelong. Certainly had some power behind it coming into the media centre today. But it's hoodie time around the ballpark. 2-2 count. See there, quite a few rugged up. Wanneroo fans to your left, Cronulla fans to your right. Full count on Thompson. Double play would end the inning. Sole Giant on base, Bensman is at first. And there's a walk, so 2 Giants are on. I've got a final from Diamond 4. The Melbourne Rangers have had a good day. They came in without a win. They finished 2-2. They beat Cronulla Blue 10-8, and I'm just waiting official confirmation down the line that despite that loss, Cronulla Blue win the 3-way tiebreaker with the Gold Coast and the Melbourne Rangers for the second semi-final spot. That's my understanding of it. Just waiting official confirmation. See Cavill and Bensman as that is hit high and long to left. And there she goes. Judd McNeil has unleashed a 3-run jack to left. And Wanneroo strike first and strike hard. And he's being mobbed by his teammates. And with one crack of the bat, it was a heck of a crack. And about 325 on the hit, you would think's just all that Matthew Traynor could do. He could do nothing except spectate it. And alas, got a bit of blockage there, but you get the celebration from McNeil once he knows that that is over. So Bensman scores, Thompson scores, McNeil scores, it's 3-0. Ben Davis, the DH, is next up. Just checking McNeil's stats coming into this game. He was batting 286. Had 2 hits, 1 single and a triple with 1 RBI and 5 runs. So his RBI count's gone from 1 to 4. Run count to 6. Davis shoots long, but Nicholas is there, and that is 2 away. Chase Shortland, who's batting 6th tonight, out at left field. I'll just give you the Cronulla Black defensive setup. Matthew Traynor is at left. Ron Nicholas is centre field. Liam Kavanagh is right. Jack Fletcher, third base. Alan Cavill short. Campbell Tillett second. Gabe Trentimus at first. Colm Sheehan taking the catch right there. Tom Williams pitcher. 2-1 count with 2 out. The bases are cleared of Giants. Judd McNeil took care of that. It's down the M1. All the 2s on the Geelong Baseball Centre scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the first, but not before Judd McNeil put one over the left field fence for a 3-run home run. That gives Wanneroo an early 3-run lead. Back with the second after this break. Second inning about to get underway. It's been a jam-packed day of senior league baseball here at Geelong. Started at 8:45. The results earlier today, we'll run through them for you. This at-bat progresses. It is Jack Fletcher to be followed by Colm Sheehan, Liam Kavanagh, 4, 5, 6. Bandy entering his second inning of work. Had 3 up, 3 down in the first. Got the pop fly, strikeout and the ground out. So covered all the traditional ways of getting out. No one getting on base. Earlier today, the Melbourne Rangers started off with an 11-5 victory over the Canberra Rangers, their first win, and the Phantoms beat the Gold Coast Cougars 17-0. Cronulla Blue won the first of their 2 games and a critical one, 13-5 over the Gold Coast, giving them the inside runner with the tiebreakers. And Wanneroo defeated the Melbourne Athletics pretty quickly, 13-1. The NT Buffaloes took it to a 5th for the first time, going down to Adelaide 14-0. And a game just completed. The Melbourne Rangers beat Cronulla Blue 10-8. Means in one of our pools, officially Pool B, the Phantoms at 4-0, followed by Gold Coast, Cronulla Blue and the Melbourne Rangers 2-2, and the Canberra Norton 4. That is put up into a gap. That will drop and hit the fence. Fletcher's off to the races. He sees a 3-bagger in his future. And he slides there. Oh, and gives the shimmy. So the first Cronulla run 90 feet away with none out. Hard hit. That could possibly have been a home run if it was down the left field side. That's one of the longer parts of the ballpark. It's landed on the just on the edge of the warning track, and there's the slide. Keep the head up. Yeah, baby. And another hard hit. Has this gone to the gap? Harry Wooden couldn't get a grip, couldn't find it. Run will score. And Sheehan will end up at second base. You watch the replay and Wooden came forward at first and then regretted it pretty quickly. Fletcher has scored. It's 3-1 with none out at the bottom of the second and a Shark in scoring position. First two have got on for Cronulla into the second. Time called for a conference. Oh, 1 count, none out. And Kavanagh swings through. Breaking pitch, and it's an 0-2 count. The Cronulla are 3-0. The Adelaide Armada are 3-1. Wanneroo are 2-1. Eastern Athletics 1-3, and Buffalo's Norton 4. This Pool A. The count is 1-2. Bensman and Sheehan dueling at second. Swing and a miss, and that's the second strikeout for Dylan Bandy. Bandy has been part of the two previous charter teams that not only qualified through state but won the Nationals at intermediate and junior level. 15-year-old, so can get back here next year if he wants, and Wanneroo qualifies. These two teams had to go through qualification. Wanneroo didn't win the WA title, that went to the Eastern Phantoms. Probably seen why through the week on Baseball Plus. The Phantoms, the first team to go through the preliminaries undefeated. The only other team that can do that is Cronulla Black, and they're being challenged right now. Temperamentus is watching that in the dirt, and he's got himself a hitter's count at 3-0. So Jack Fletcher ended up with a 3-bagger and scored. Colin Sheehan providing the RBI and ending up at second. Kavanagh struck out. That's the second so far for Cronulla Black. And first walk given up by Bandy, and that's the tying run, potential tying run on first base. Another with 2 outs in the bank. Hamish Kelly playing DH tonight. First pitch, call strike. All the ones. Count goes to 1 and 2. So Kelly's got on base a couple of times through some walks. There's 1 RBI and 3 runs in this tournament. Player with the video game numbers, Matthew Trainer, who's averaging 889, an OPS of 2,590, and that's after 3 games. Each team, the 10 teams that are here in Geelong, will play 6 matches, 4 prelims, and then semis and medal matches or consolation games. And Kelly strikes out. So it's been a 3-bagger, 2-bagger, walk and 2 strikeouts. Pretty mixed bag in this bottom of the second. Top of the second. So the moves are on for Campbell Tillett. He's going to just have to wait for a while. Anytime a catcher heads into the dugout, you know we're going to take a break in the action because it does take a while to disrobe. Here comes some changes. We'll take a break here, get these down and then to you. Welcome back. Cooper Barber, who was catcher, is now pitcher, warming up on the hill. Blake Thompson, who was third base, is now the catcher. Chase Portland has come from left into third, and Ben Davis, who was the DH, is now on the diamond in left field. It's really like a game of dominoes as long as it goes around in a full circle. Bottom of the second, there were 2 out. Barber's first pitch right down the M1. I'm going to say the Mitchell Freeway, but I think that's the one that goes south. I can't remember the one that goes north of Perth. Oh-2 with 2 out. Wanneroo have allowed 1 run. They've got 2 Cronulla players on base. But they will be stranded there because that is a strikeout. Barber coming on has done the job. And 2 are in the books, and at the moment, Wanneroo lead this one 3 runs to 1. Bottom of the second. It's Wanneroo batting 7, 8, 9. Harry Wooden, Mitch Elliott and Ben Hannon. Tom Williams about to start his second inning of work. Looks that one in for a strike. 3-0 count becomes 3-1. Now the strike, and from 3-0 we've got a full count. First plate appearance in the bottom of the second. Just joined us, you missed Judd McNeil's 3-run home run in the first that scored Bensman and Thompson. Cronulla responded with 1 at the top of the second. Take a fair bit for Cronulla Black to miss the semis. certainly lock it in with a win, and if they did that, the Armada would come with them. A Wanneroo win in a normal scoring game would be enough for them to force a three-way tiebreaker with Cronulla Black and Adelaide, and Wanneroo and Cronulla Black would go through unless it gets really, really high scoring, and then the Armada are a chance. But that's a long way down the road right now. Harry Wooden has taken the walk, and there's a giant on the west. Tomorrow, two semi-finals will be at 12:15 Australian Eastern, then 3 o'clock, and the gold medal match on Friday will also be at 3 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. For those watching from Perth is 1 p.m. For those watching East Coast of America, it's 1 in the morning. Mitch Elliott is next up. Mitch Elliott, back-to-back walks. Coming up is Ben Hannon, who's batting at 9. Got 1 hit from his 6 at-bats. That was a single, also 2 runs, has been walked. Ben Simmons being the main hitter for the Giants so far with 5 hits over the Giants' first 3 games. Bit of a conversation on the hill. Managers have to think three-dimensionally here. Have to be something reasonably catastrophic for Cronulla Black to miss. And whoever's in the semi-finals is 2 wins from America. So you want to try and win, but have something in the tank for tomorrow. That is the conundrum. A bunt play. Williams decided not to throw. And there's Giants on every base. I'm not sure if there was no one on first. We'll have to have a quick look at this. I would find that. Okay, so what happened was the first base player came up. Who's on first? For a moment, no one. Campbell Tillett came to cover, but wasn't quite there in time. So mark that one down to Hannon, who placed a bunt so well that it drew not just the pitcher, but also the first baseman to come and get it. Williams says, where do you want me to throw it to? Right field. Which would have probably led to another Wanneroo run. So bases loaded, none out. Back to Barber at the top. You load them with none out. Usually 2 runs is at least the par you'd expect to get. Of course, just because the stats say that, it's not guaranteed you're going to get it. But Williams' best hope is to get a couple of strikeouts. Leave everybody frozen. Double play wouldn't hurt either. That's foul. Well judged by Wooden at third. Mitch Elliott's at second, and Ben Hannon fresh off. Beautifully executed bunt is at first. Barbara sort of a pop-up fly to shortstop to lead off the Giants at the bottom of the first. Then they got busy. Full count with none out, and there is nowhere to put Cooper Barber. Through the 5.5 hole, and there's more runs. Just the one will score. That's Wooden. Elliott will be held up at third. Hannon goes to second, and Cooper Barber has an RBI single to left field, and the Giants take a 4-1 lead. First four have got on. It's still loaded and it's still none out. That will be it for Williams. The Wanneroo have come out all guns blazing. So he's gone out. But Kavanagh was 9. Yep, Kavanagh was a... So, not sure what you picked up out of that at home, folks, but pitching change, and Liam Kavanagh, who was parked at right field, is now on the hill. Williams will take a seat, the pitcher, and Hamish Kelly, who was the DH, has now got a fielding role. Early changes. But the way that inning was going, you can see why Cronulla had to do it. A Wanneroo win should be enough to see the Giants into the semis. They'd have to concede something around the 19 to 20 mark for Adelaide to sneak in. Put high into the night sky. Trainer comes in. Tag up play. Another run scores, and at third, loose ball safe. And whilst there's action at third, Barber moves around to second. So Bensman the sacrifice RBI. It'll score Elliott. Hannon has flown out. Hannon is at third. Barber is at second. There is a vacant first base. You can see the throw and slide. And that would have been an interesting tag had the ball stuck. So the Giants put 3 on at the bottom of the first. They've put 2 on at the bottom of the second. You get the feeling Wanneroo are just heating up. They only lost the 1 game so far. That was to the Adelaide Armada. And that was by 1 run. They beat the Buffaloes 23-0, lost to the Armada 9-8. Defeat the Melbourne Athletics earlier today 13-1. The Armada's sole loss was by 15 to Cronulla Black, and Cronulla Black haven't lost yet. Where the tiebreaker works, if it's two-way, it's the head-to-head between the 3 teams, and if we do have a three-way tiebreaker, it's because Wanneroo beat Cronulla Black beat the Armada, and the Armada beat Wanneroo. But then it comes to runs against. Here's a play at the plate. Could be a tag out, and now it's out. I've never seen that. So he was off at the crack of the bat. So the tag somehow missed. Jan said, okay, I missed you the first time, I won't miss you the second. It's like a start. As soon as the catcher looked away, tried to steal it well. Yeah, that was always a low percentage play once it went straight to Jack Fletcher at third. So Hannon out at home. 2 outs on the board. Cronulla trying to limit the damage to 2 and the deficit to 4. Have a look here. I've got you, I've got you, I've got you. Now, why look away? Or was that the fake look away to draw the run? Who knows? Another long hit. This is going to be on the warning track and hits the fence. Cooper Barber has crossed the plate. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a hit. I'm not sure that was catchable. That was pretty deep. There's a sign there that says 355 next to the Sport Link travel sign. And that landed about a foot in front of the fence. A good 350 feet. So that was Blake. There's McGill. 2 long shots of equal length. One over the fence and one just shy. And Cronulla fans, I have really good news for you, which I'll share in a sec. Ben Davis decides he's going to have a hit, and that's well done by Cavill to catch and end the inning. 2 in the books, and it's 6-1 Wanneroo. But if you're a Cronulla fan, I have excellent news. It has been confirmed down the line that Cronulla Blue have qualified for the semi-finals tomorrow. It will be the Phantoms, the top seed, playing at 3. And Cronulla Blue, the second seed, playing at 12:15 against teams. It is quite possible that tomorrow's semi-finals could be Cronulla v Cronulla and the Giants versus the Phantoms. We'll find out more if that comes to fruition as this game continues. Top of the third. We're back to the top of the order. Nicholas Havel, trainer. 1, 2, 3 for Cronulla. Now with a 5-run deficit, which is kind of interesting. According to my sources, coming into this game, Cronulla Black have conceded 5 runs and Wanneroo have conceded 10. Throw in the current score. Cronulla have conceded 11 and Wanneroo have conceded 11. Now, Adelaide and Mater have conceded 29, so you can see that it would be Wanneroo and Cronulla. But if the margin is 5, who's top seed? Possibly Wanneroo on head-to-head. That's just me spitballing. That is not official in the slightest. So, a 1-2 count. And out, no one on for Nicholas. Is that one hit the strike zone at the knees and strike him out? That is strikeout number 2 for Barber, who's faced 2 batters and got a K for both. Being brought in to cement this Giants lead. Barber has a look and steps off. All the ones on the Geelong Baseball Centre scoreboard. We've got the last tiny bit of daylight heading west. It's got past Thompson, but no one on, no damage done. Two count with 1 out on Cavalier. Still has the mitt that caused us great entertainment last night. Won't get to use it. 3 strikeouts in a row from Cooper Barber. The last in the second, the first 2 in the third. Kinning feels like it's at his mercy at the moment as he's slicing his way through the Cronulla Black top order. Matt Trainer, this is a battle here. A hitter with an 800 plus average. The player who's had been a key foundation in 2 charter national championships. Trainer with the hit. That will improve his average a tad. So with 2 out, 1 on for Cronulla. Single to right field. No doubt hit. Well weighted, well directed. Movement on the bases. Throw arrives and safe. Cold strike. Throw was right where you'd like it to be, but a little on the late side. Trainer in scoring position. Cronulla trailing by 5. Guess the best thing about trailing by 5 is get behind early and give yourself plenty of outs to get back. Jack Fletcher dealing with a 1-1 count, 2 out. Last time Jack was on base, he got to third and then he scored. That is the sole Cronulla Black run for the moment. Counts a foul. So the confirmation, Pool B, we have our 2 semi-finalists. The Phantoms, the 1 seed. Cronulla Blue, the 2 seed. These two and the Adelaide Armada, 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. And on current trajectory, it's these 2 that'll get there. Not much the Armada are probably back at their hotel or checking through Game Changer can do about it right now. O2 count, Barber a strike away from a clean sheet in the top of the 3rd. Hit to Fletcher could give Cronulla their 2nd run. Found the corner. Strikeout number 4 for Cooper Barber. 5 batters faced, 4 strikeouts and a single. So after Wanneroo hit 3, they hold Cronulla scoreless and maintain a 6-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 3rd. The lights are on. Night baseball from Geelong. Bottom of the 3rd. Wanneroo have scored 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Going to be 6, 7, 8 to lead off here. Shortland, Wooden and Mitch Elliott. At the moment, they've got 3 bench players, Jackson Elliott, Lachlan Firth and Raphael de Blasi. See if they come in later. They don't have to. That's popped up in foul territory. And Gabe Tenemis is one of the few players I've seen this week on this diamond deal with balls in foul territory effectively. That's the second, at least the second catch he's taken. And the lead-off hitter is tied to Woden, who walked and scored in the second. Hit high to left. And that is a great catch. Matt Trainer at full stretch. He's going to have to replace a divot, but that is an out. What's the distance he's covered here? And he's lucky. Those kind of plays usually lead to an injury of some sort. It looks like it was the grass that took the punishment. 2 up, 2 down. That's Woden retired. Wooden retired. I don't know why I go Woden, but it's Harry Wooden. So Cronulla a chance to keep Wanneroo scoreless, stop the flow, and try and launch a counter-attack in the fourth. Mitch Elliott is at the plate. He walked and scored in the second. He's put that up in the field of play. Tillett says, all mine. It is 3 up, 3 down. It remains Wanneroo 6, Cronulla Black 1, heading to the fourth. Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, available worldwide and possibly even on the moon if you had the internet coverage. Yeah, just ask Elon Musk. He'll organise something for you. Beautiful clear night in Geelong. Get a good chance to have a look at that moon in all its half glory. But something a little more entertaining with a little bit more action, and that is this baseball game. Wanneroo have thrown the first couple of punches. That's Cronulla have landed one back. Need to find a few more. Going to be 5, 6, 7 in the Sharks order. Sheehan, Kavanagh and Tentimus. And at the current rate, it looks like we could have 2 Cronulla teams and 2 Western Australian teams in the semis. How that plays out, whether they'll meet each other in the semis or possibly in the medal games. And that's what Cronulla needed. They needed to get on base with the lead-off player, and that's what's happened. Sheehan does very well a bouncer, so it's going to take a little while to arrive. Shulin has to get down low. That's an exceptional pickup. Needs a couple of steps and decides in the end. And that's actually the smartest thing to do. There isn't a play. Why throw when I'm off balance? And a player at first base easily gets to second. It's calm, disciplined baseball. So Sheena's at first, Kavanagh up to the plate. First pitch a strike. See some of the mums and dads and families all rugged up behind home plate. Coffee man is packed up for the night. Don't mind the coffee man packing up early, as long as he's open early when we arrive at the crack of dawn and really need a brew. Jammed and fouled off the netting. 0-2 count with none out and 1 on. See the Sharks logo there? Seems to be a reasonably regular thing with teams based in the Shire. There is a Cronulla club and then there's a Cronulla charter. Of the Cronulla District League. I'll tell you a bit more about that tomorrow when we have the, in all likelihood, 2 Cronulla sides in the semis. It was a mighty achievement to get both into the state final. To get both into the national semis is another step. But Black have got a challenge here. First time they've probably been fully challenged this week with an 0-2 count. Had a swing and fouled it. Keeps alive for at least another pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the first out. Strikeout number 5. Tentimus, first baseman this evening. Tick past 10 past 6 local time. It's night. Wednesday night here in Australia. Semi-final Thursday tomorrow and Championship Friday. Fast looming. Possible. This could be a preview of the championship game. I'm sure the Phantoms and Cronulla Blue would like to have something to say about that. 2-2 count with one out. Full count with one out. That's going to lead to a walk. And here's Cronulla's chance to get back in this game with 2 on and 1 out. Well, that's going to be... No, that's not a walk, that's a strikeout. Okay. Venomous thought he hadn't swung, but umpire disagreed. It's 2 out. Sheehan has moved. You can see him on your screen to second base. That is a strikeout, which I think is general consensus on Tentimus. That's number 6. From 8 hitters faced. Sheehan is one who wasn't struck out. Sitting at second, hoping that Hamish Kelly, who did strike out in the second, can help move him around. Yep, the poles are metal here at Geelong. Oh, 2 count with 2 out. Barber, a strike away from striking out the side, which he does. Elicits the swing. Strikeout number 7, 3 in a row after giving up the infield single to Sheehan. Cronulla threaten but do not score. It's Wanneroo 6, Cronulla Black 1, heading into the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Last 3 frames have reduced 0 runs, which, to be honest, suits both teams just fine, although I would like to make it a little bit closer and secure number 1 seed. I'm pretty sure they would prefer to face, oh, maybe, prefer to face their intra-club rivals, Cronulla Blue, than the Phantoms tomorrow. Maybe not. It's 9-1-2. This is Ben Hannon, who singled and was tagged out in a rather peculiar way at home last time up. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Three-one count. This is the lead-off hitter at the bottom of the 4th. And then got a bat to it, but fouled back. Tomorrow, a few less games on. Every team will, there's only 5 games. We've had, oh my goodness, how many games have we had? Had 20 preliminary games, 6 games day 1, 7 day 2, and today, and of those 20, 11 of them have been streamed. Tomorrow, 5 games. The 2 semi-finals will be on Baseball Plus at 12:15 and 3 o'clock. Other games, check out Game Changer and baseball.com.au for the latest information. Played to Fletcher, looking for a double play, but got the lead run with the throw to Tillett. Wasn't a second out to be had, and so risk not taken. Third base to second base. Fielder's choice, that takes care of Hannon. Cooper Barber is at first. Straight to Fletcher, who's already had a bit of practice at this. This time they try the double play. Barber's retired, that's 2 out. But Chase Bensman is safe at first. I reckon 1 more and they'll probably get it, except they don't need 2 outs next up because it's already 2 outs on the board. Bensman well clear of the umpire, let alone the bag when that throw came in. So this margin's been at 5, which is kind of fascinating because it means both teams have conceded 11 runs this tournament. I can only think that at some point to play, if you've eliminated Adelaide. Oh, tripped up but not tagged. Well, that's going to be ruled out. Okie dokie. Cold strike. That hitter will be back because that's... Not too often you get tagged on the inside leg. I'm just glad to see Bensman get straight back up. So, after an early run onslaught from Wanneroo, the pitchers have taken over. It's 5-1, the Giants, at the end of 4. Campbell Tillett will lead off Cronulla. So we've had Cooper Barber. This is the 10th batter that Barber has faced. Of the previous 9, he's given up 2 singles and struck out the rest. 7 strikeouts so far. This score holds. These 2 are through to the semi-finals. What I'm not sure about is who the number 1 seed is, because they both conceded the same number of runs. I'll wait for official confirmation of that. The Adelaide Armada needed a crazy scoreline with both teams scoring 15, 18 plus runs to have a shot, given they conceded 15 of their own in losing to Cronulla Black. Wanneroo's only loss, 1 run to the Armada, and Cronulla Blacks, if they do have a loss, it'll be here. Currently stands at 5 runs. A strikeout victim number 8, and now we go back to Nicholas. 3rd time up, and he struck out twice, so all the ones on our scoreboard. 1 hit. Sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Out 2 and 1. Played right up the middle. And with 1 out, there's a shark on first. Highlight of this ball game so far would have to be the 3-run shot to McNeil. If the Giants an explosive beginning, they added another 3 in the second. Since then, the runs have just dried up. Speaking of highlights, this man provided one last night with an inside the park home run. Scored 2 runs. So, Cavill ahead 2-0. Swinging that bat around like a magic wand at the moment. Inside, Cavill gets out the way, and he's got a 3-0 count. And the inside corner. Cavill not swinging as expected. Steal a second is on and safe. A well-positioned hit here from Alan Cabell can bring a second Cronulla run. Elicits the walk. That's the first one Barber's given up today. 2 Sharks on. Thought they had 2 on in the last inning. It turned out to be a strikeout. No confusion about that one. Trainer just getting an interesting instruction from the first base coach. I'm intrigued as to what this is going to lead to. Nicholas at second, Cavill at first. None out. This is Cronulla's chance to get back in this ball game. It's the meat of their order. Their key players are getting on base. Might not get another chance like this until the pointy end of the contest. It's up. Plenty of height. It's going to land on the infield dirt, and in the end it got lost in the lights. And infield fly is called, hence why nobody moved when the ball hit the dirt. I'd protect my head as well if I had a baseball coming from a great height. So Trainer is out on the infield fly rule. One out, but still 2 on. Well, 1 count on Fletcher with 2 out. Back safe. So the inning opened with Tillett striking out, then a single to Nicholas. Cabell got on as well. Trainer the infield fly. Hit hard to right, but straight to right, but couldn't make the catch. It got low quickly. Hold up at third. Nicholas has scored, so Cronulla have the second run, and that takes the defensive tiebreaker out of it. It's up. And on the roof. Not much McNeil can do about that. 1-1 count with 2 out. Straight to Wooden, who takes the catch. So Cronulla score, reduce a 5-run deficit to 4. We're through 4.5 of a 7-inning contest. Back with the bottom half of the fourth after the break. Bottom half of the fifth break. Bottom of the fifth. Wanneroo need to win to get in, and they're doing that. Cronulla need to avoid a massive score being put up on them, and at the moment they have. Not much the Armada can do about this at the moment. My information given to me that on current score, the Armada would be eliminated and Cronulla Black and Wanneroo would move on. But still a fair bit to play in this ball game. It is the fifth of 7. Blake Thompson, who was on in the last inning, but then there was a caught steal at second, so he comes back to restart his at-bat. And has a 1-1 count. Kavanagh continues into another inning of work. Finds the strike zone there. 1-2 is the count on Blake Thompson. Okay, we've got a slight conflict between official scorers and scoreboard of 2-2 from the booth. Reasonably irrelevant as that is put up and all juggled but caught by Trainer. And there's your first out. Yep. I wouldn't happy to see that one sail past, get ahead 1-0. At 2-0 now. 3-1 count for Judd McNeil, who has put 2 very deep. He has 6 bases from 2 at-bats. And I don't think that's the worst outcome from Cronulla to have him on first. Wish they prefer him out, but he's been absolutely belting that baseball. Ben Davis comes in now with none out. Oh, 1 out, sorry. One count with 1 out on to Ben Davis. Takes the strike. McNeil sitting at first. 4-run lead to Wanneroo. Cronulla have the top of the 6th and the 7th. Do something about the 4-run deficit if they can hold here, and that's just a fumble by Fletcher, which allows Davis to get on. Hard not to see that being an E5. Just went up before acceptances. Kept low, too low. So Chase Shortland, who's struck out, popped up to first base. I think that one was the one caught in foul territory. Couple pop up to first tonight. Two-0 count. McNeil is at second. Davis is at first. And the pitch is low. 3-0 count and another ball, and it's loaded Giants. And with none out, a chance to blow this one wide open. And strike called. 3-1. Hard hit and just got past Cavill. Tried to get it at ground level. No run will score. Everybody just advances a base. A single to Shortland. And it left Cavill in a little bit of no man's land. He was too far back to catch it. Too close to get the half volley. Given the speed of that heading out to the centre fielder, I don't even know if he got a glove to it. So every base has a Wanneroo Giant on it, and there is still none out. As mentioned before, situations like this, the par is you score at least 2. Oh, there is 1 out? Okay. Oh, there is 2, my bad. No, that's it. No, it was Thompson who flew out to left to start off, got it. Realigning the scoreboard here, which has 4 numbers at the top. Means you can often see the three in wrong order. 1 ball, 0 strikes. 1 out. So a double play will get Cronulla out of jail here. Harry Wooden comes up to the plate. And that has managed to clear the netting. Tries to measure at least 25 metres high. One and two. In the dirt, well kept by Sheehan. Makes the count 2 and 2 with 1 out. And that one is going to land safe, and we're going to have some Wanneroo runs. Just the one. Judd McNeil, who was walked, scores his second run of the night. Davis heads to third, Shortland to second, and that RBI single. Harry Wooden is at first. Mitch Elliott batting 8, has a walk and a run. Chance to extend what is back to a 5-run lead. The 0-2 count becomes 1 and 2 with 1 out. One and 2 count with 1 out. Swing, and that collected the umpires. Says, I'm all right. Nothing I haven't copped 100 times before. Put up on the night sky. Good running catch taken in left field by Matty Traynor, and by running towards, no one was game to tag and move on. 2 out. Margin's been 4 and 5 since the bottom of the second. No runs by any team in the third. No runs any team in the fourth. 1 run apiece in the fifth. 7-inning contest. One 0 count. Ben Hannon puts it foul. Strike taken, and now just one strike needed by Cronulla to keep this margin at 5 heading into the 6th. A hit, and we could see one or two more Wanneroo runs. All the twos on the score. 2-2 with 2 out. Bow down right field line. Count remains 2-2. Found a gap. That'll bring run, and it's going to be a chance for a play at home. Not in time. Wanneroo have scored 2. They've just put 1 foot in the semi-finals. They have a 7-run lead at the bottom of the 5th. The Wanneroo, who woke up this morning with a 1-1 record, needing to do everything right to make the semis, right now are doing everything right. Another 2 runs on the board. They've put 4 on in 2 pitches. And the margin, well, the score's hit double figures now. And that's a very interesting point. I've got it at 11. Okay. Score is 10-2. And we are in the 5th. And just like this, Wanneroo, with another hit and another 2 runs, could end this ball game. Started today in a tie for 3rd. Trainer fumbles, that will bring 1 run. Back correction, that's Cavill at short, my apologies. So that's 11. The margin is 9. We're in the 5th. You lead by 10 when your opponent has batted 5 times. That is the ball game. 5-run explosion at the bottom here. And this is a big 2-out at bat. Cronulla have to hold here and take it to the 6th. I was worried a moment ago what would happen if it was a 5-run victory to Wanneroo and the same number of runs conceded. And Wanneroo got busy, now lead by 9. A 1-0 count with 2 out. Put up, if this is caught, we're going to a 6th. And a 6th is what's coming up. The margin is 9, so it will go to a bottom of a 6th. And the option is still there for a huge Cronulla comeback. So don't go anywhere, folks. Might be one more chapter to write in the preliminary games here at the 2024 Australian Senior League Championships. Okay, this game going to a 6th inning. Wanneroo got close to walking it off in the 5th. They have a 9-run lead after 11 runs for the day, 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 5 in the 5th. Cronulla's runs have come in 2 batches of 1. 1 in the second, 1 in the 5th. And just what Cronulla need to get back into this one. And not just the result determining semi-finalists, but even the margin of a Wanneroo victory. Barber is still going. His pitch count would be getting up there now, having come in near the bottom of the 2nd. So he's pitched the 3rd, 4th and 5th and 1 out in the 2nd. Tendemus at the plate, Kelly on deck. In the dirt, and that advances. It's Kavanagh sitting, placed at second base. Towards foul territory. McNeil is going to give it a try, but can't pull it in. And that one ends up over the fence. And all right, so confirm that if Wanneroo win by 5 or more, they are the #1 seed. If Wanneroo win by 4 or less, Cronulla Black are the #1 seed. If Cronulla Black launch a comeback and win, Wanneroo are out and the Adelaide Armada are in. That's the current state of play. Thanks to Eric Bornar back at BAHQ for giving us that confirmation. 2-2 count, none out, and a shark at second. Well, for Cronulla tonight has been they've had the players on base, they've had the occasional hit, not to the same extent as Wanneroo, but it's come in little spurts. Nothing that's produced a multitude of runs. One player in scoring position, none out. They'd like to get a couple more on base before registering that first out. Put a bit of pressure here, because right now it's all on Cronulla. And the first 2 are on in this 6th. Wanneroo were 90 feet away from taking the win in the 5th. Can't say they had a poor inning. They did score 5 runs. Hamish Kelly. He's the first one low. No, called strike. Okay, double play opportunity. Steps on third. Throw to first is a great throw, but just a tad late. So Kelly was able to beat the throw. Needed the 4 steps to get back to third. The set The rocket. Kelly was already almost at the umpire. So it remains 2 on, but now 1 out. Endemus is at second base and Kelly is at first. The number 9 hitter, Campbell Tillett, comes to the plate, and if he can get on, loaded bases with the top of the order coming for Cronulla, this would be their shot to try and get back into this game. 9 runs is a lot, especially when you're down to a handful of outs. Cronulla have 2 outs in the 6th and possibly 3 outs in the 7th. I think the general theory is anytime you have more runs than outs left, that can be problematic. All the ones. A swing and a miss from Tillett. Count goes to 1 and 2. Barber looks like he's going to be the man until the end of this one. Wanneroo want to try and save some arms for the semis and medal games coming up. It looks like these two at the moment on the current scores are both semi-final bound. Some major change. At the moment, Wanneroo, unless they concede 5 runs to Cronulla, will be as the number 1 seed, starting today at number 3. In fact, tied at number 3 with Eastern Athletics. Full count with 1 out. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. As the order flips over back to the top. Coach comes out from Wanneroo. Cooper's still got possession of the baseball. That's the all-important thing. This is visit number 1 and a bit of a pep talk. A settler. Got a 9-run buffer and a double play. Would put him back into walk-off discussion at the bottom. As it stands right now, if this score does not change between now and the end of the match, it'll be Cronulla Black and the Eastern Phantoms at 3, Wanneroo and Cronulla Blue. The early game at 12:15. Nicholas a couple of strikeouts, then a single in the 5th. One-two count with 1 out. Two. And a strikeout. That is the second out. And this is a huge at-bat for Talon Cavill. Him and his mitt. These two meet again. There's a shark on every base. There's two out. It'd be really, really tense if it wasn't 9 runs, but that's about to be reduced because Cronulla are going to try and score 2. The throws coming in won't be in time. A 2 RBI hit to Cavill, and what was 11-2 is now 11-4. That margin is 7. Remembering that the number 1 seed depends if it's over or under 4.5. Over 4.5, Wanneroo number 1, under 4.5, Cronulla number 1, which will determine opponents tomorrow. This, of course, that was a big 2 RBI hit. Here's another one. It sends Wooden scattering. That's going to drop. That's going to bring another run or 2. And all of a sudden, the offense has opened for Cronulla. They've scored 3 runs at the last 2 at-bats. And the margin is back to the critical 5. Now, I've been informed down the line that if the margin ends up at 5, and in the tiebreaker, Cronulla and Wanneroo have conceded the same number of runs, and they're both less than what the Armada have conceded. Remember, the Armada lost 15-0 to Black yesterday and gave up 8 to Wanneroo in winning 9-8. If the margin is 5, then it will come back to Wanneroo and Cronulla Black head-to-head, which Wanneroo wins, Wanneroo number 1 seed. So the dividing point is 4.5 runs. There's one Cronulla player, Trainer, who got that huge hit out to the gap in centre field. He's standing at second. The other thing it's done is it's taken a game that was nearly mercied back to some silly chance for Cronulla. 5 runs. Put into play. Wooden closes. Falls over but makes the catch. That was a very action-packed top of the 6th. Cronulla have scored 4. It's 11-6. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Bottom of the 6th, 7-inning contest. The 4th game of a 4-game extravaganza on Baseball Plus today. It's the hardest hitter from Wanneroo, Judd McNeil, has put one over the left field fence and one at the foot of the left centre fence. He's walked his 3rd time up and he has a 3-0 count. Walked a 2nd time. And the lead-off is on for Wanneroo. Some earnest discussions happening in the club rooms at the moment. Making sure the tiebreakers are all being worked out. And Davis. Oh, what a grab and a double play. Campbell Tillett with the stretch, the catch, the awareness to know that McNeil was caught flat-footed or had committed to second and could not turn quickly enough and was out by about 4 steps. Just like that, the Giants' threat extinguished. Bases cleared. And it's 2 out. You can see the scoreboard in the background there. It shows 11-6 Wanneroo. There is a lot still to happen in this ball game. Chase Shortland. Look, the first 2 and is ahead 2-0 in the count. A hard hit one to Nicholas, who's able to get position, make the catch, and just like that, Wanneroo held scoreless in the 6th. It's a scheduled 7-inning contest, and that's where we're going after this break. Well, some very interesting scenario plays it here. If you're Adelaide Armada, you're probably feeling a bit sick right now because I can't see a path for you at the moment. Unless it becomes an absolute run fest and these 2 teams concede so many runs, you get ahead in that department. But there is one very interesting scenario. It's not just the game, because if Cronulla win, they're number 1 seed, they're undefeated. Adelaide are number 2, Wanneroo miss out. If the score holds, Wanneroo win, and just by another level of tie-breaking, I have been told, will be number 1 seed, Cronulla Black number 2, and Adelaide miss out. That's 2 possible scenarios. As here's a short play. Sheehan to Hannon. McNeil at first with the put-out. Now, if Cronulla score 1 run and then no more, it would be game over. Wanneroo would win 11-7. Cronulla would be the winner of the 3-way tiebreaker and take the top seed. And there's nothing Wanneroo could do about that, because having led, they don't get to bat again.
88.
So there's a hard, one thing to bear in mind here as well is that there is a hard stop at 95 pitches. Just had confirmed that Barber is at 88. Okay, so a hard stop at the end of the at-bat when you hit 95. So there's no Shark on base, 1 out. It's got to be at least another 2 plate appearances for Barber at best. Will Wanneroo have to find a pitcher late? Right now, if there is not another run scored, Wanneroo will take the number 1 seed. They'll play Cronulla Blue in the first semi-final, and then it will be Cronulla Black and the Eastern Phantoms in the second semi-final tomorrow. It's Kavanagh at the plate. It's going to be 6 and 7, the next 2 up, barring substitutions. And I can see Tendemus on deck. Kavanagh, Tendemus, maybe Kelly, maybe Tillett. An 0-2 count with 1 out. That is a big swing at a low pitch. Barber, another strikeout. I reckon he's hit double figures. I don't have the total in front of me. He's at 91. So if Tendemus can make this go 4 pitches, this will be the last batter. But it's 2 out. Could be the last batter anyway. One pitch warning for the end of the preliminary final series. In the other pool, Eastern Phantoms 4 and zip. Cronulla Blue won a 3-way tiebreaker at 2-2 with the Gold Coast Cougars and the Melbourne Rangers, and it was then Canberra at zip and 4. That's put high into the Geelong night sky. They're not going to get there. It's a gap. It's going to be a hit. And so this 4.5 run point deciding who can be number 1 will be decided by what happens. We've got a new batter, Lewis Gardner. If he can get Tendemus home, even if Cronulla lose, 93 pitches for Barber. If this goes 2, it'll be the last batter, and we'll have a pitching change possibly at the death of the game. There's a few moving parts right now. And the first pitch is down the M1 for a strike. This will be Barber's last batter. Will it be the last at-bat of the game? Gardner takes the strike. Barber is a strike away from Wanneroo finishing number 1 seed. Cronulla a big hit away from probably being number 1 seed. And Wanneroo needing a new pitcher. And it's a ball, 1-2. And now it's all the twos. It's the Richie 2-2-2 on the Geelong scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. A 5-run game where every run right now really matters in the makeup of tomorrow's contests. Denham is still at second. And the count's going full. The final placings of the 2024 Australian Senior League Championship is going right down, possibly to the final pitch. It's up and it's fair. It's playable. And it's caught. And Wanneroo started at 1-1. They started at 1-1. They finish number 1 in their pool. And unless I've seriously missed something, that is the ball game. All the teams coming out to shake, that is the ball game. And by multiple levels of tiebreaker, this pool has ended up with a 3-way tie at the top. Wanneroo and Cronulla conceded the same number of runs. Adelaide conceded more. That eliminates them. Comes back to head-to-head. Wanneroo won this. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly because exciting as that was, it's been a long day. Wanneroo number 1 seed will play Cronulla Blue. I'll just give you the game times tomorrow. 12:15, Wanneroo versus Cronulla Blue. 3 o'clock, Eastern Phantoms versus Cronulla Black. There's still the chance of an All-WA final or Cronulla sealing the national championship tomorrow and fighting amongst themselves for the trip to America. I'm Phil Herden on behalf of your Spacequake Sports crew, Lucas on camera, Murray on camera and Courier, and Dave Muggleton, giving you all the great pictures. I'm Phil Herden saying thanks for watching today. It goes up a step tomorrow. See you then.